Hey guys, so a little different style today, going a little vlog style. I just left a hand specialist. If you guys have been following for a while, you know I had a pretty significant hand injury, and that was the verdict, that I really significantly hurt my finger. The plan now is extensive, couple days a week hand therapy, and then we'll see. So we're going to do that for 3 weeks. So that was good news because I didn't want to get an MRI. And, you know, I guess the bad news with that is it's extremely painful, like a level 6. So that just means more pain. But that's all right. We're going to have a little adventure today. And I'm going to take you into where I shop. And I'm going to work on this little kitchen project. I have put this off, and I need to find some solutions. I'm redoing our cabinets in our kitchen, but I'm doing them with furniture. So let's go take a look. I like this one. Not display only. I love this as like to go on a shelf. That's amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay, kitchen sink. No, not right. I love this for hanging veggies and herbs, but not that price tag. All right, I'm thinking this. Oh my gosh, this is gorgeous. I really like this. I have nowhere to put it though. Put jars in there for your herbal tinctures. I don't like when they're 70s brown. But I collect these a lot, if I can find the right colors. $14. That is coming home with us. So what I'm doing is looking for pieces of furniture to replace our kitchen cabinets that are just really old and falling apart. And I ended up finding one piece that'll work to change out one cabinet, and it's this one right here. Super sturdy. I love the little opening portion to put in cutting blocks, and then all the dividers. This just offers so much more space and organization than the current kitchen cabinet where it's going to replace, where everything's just kind of thrown in there. So this is the one that I chose. All right, so I'm going to do chickens. I have a teenager, hence the Michael Jackson in the background. And we're just having kind of a lazy, I call these rainforest days. We need to get our doorknob fixed. We can't find this doorknob anywhere, so there's that. And it's just, it happens a lot here. We get a lot of rain. But it is actually quite amazing, and it's burned off, and it looks like we're gonna have some blue skies. So today is just a home chore day. Have some things to do for the towers, some food to prep. And had a question, like how do you store a lot of produce, because I do a lot of juicing. Well, the produce stays fresh on the towers. These are some seeds for some microgreens. And I keep things on our porch. Bears don't mess with it for some reason. And we just have this antique bench with shoe management, which is always an issue if you're a mom, you know what I'm talking about. And then just storage. But I cover this with plants in the spring. And this is work boots. So that looks really pretty in the spring. But right now it is also where we keep our trash until it can go to the dump, because we have to go to the dump. So this is sort of our work zone, filling up tanks. And this side, this is things that need to go to the garage and get reorganized. So I'm doing that today. I'll show you guys these later. This is for my seeds. And then this is where we kind of chill and hang out. This right here, I had this idea, because we're going to do our outdoor cob oven and kitchen here, to make this garden beds, and it turned out to be a complete disaster. It's all wet over here. All the wood chips basically told the forest to reforest itself, so all of that is bramble. So I'm moving that bed and weed whacking it. I am going to do one bed next to the chicken coop for their comfrey. But this chicken coop's also temporary. That's why it looks so rough. And I want to move it back a little further in that corner eventually when I can get the one I want or build one. But it works for now. They're happy chickens. This was a disaster. And one of the reasons why I aeroponic tower garden. Hi, ladies. And our chickens eat a lot of scraps, mostly scraps. You'll see some net pots in here. I throw dead plants in here after the towers when I can't get the net pots off, and they will actually eat around the roots where I can just pop them off. And then I just give them a good deep clean. I do that when I clean the, yeah, they're all over. When I clean the coop. Here's our beautiful eggs. This particular variety, known to lay double eggs. That's a double yolker right there. And they are very heavy layers. Even in the winter, even with some of them over 2 years old, we just get tons and tons of eggs. This is where they can also stay warm if it's below. They usually don't go in here unless it's 20 or below, but it gives them a place to stay warm. Otherwise, everything else is air flow, which is really important for healthy chickens. And then that's the forest line right there. And right below that, it's just a straight drop. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's mountains over there. Straight down. So we are right on the forest line here. I did lose one chicken. When I let them out, there is a gamble of losing them. I was sent this amazing chicken door that I'm going to be installing probably next week. That's automatic, which is great. And I can let them out. I want them out because we have an extremely overpopulation of ticks. They're out of control. So I am going to let these out, and I'm getting some wild birds that will stay on the property, but they won't go in a coop at night. Yeah, just look at all of that. There's cardboard where I tried to wood chip and make this all nice, and just it'll grow back as grass really quickly. All this muddy area once spring comes. So I'm not worried about it. Those are garlics that didn't get harvested. So we'll just move this bed. All of these will go over there. I'm going to do a little potager kitchen garden. And this is all food. That is an apple tree that died, which is okay because I'm I talked about tiny fruit trees. I'm going to replace it with, I'm putting in 4 tiny fruit trees in this area. But I have grape leaves, comfrey, there's all sorts of wild herbs. So it looks very dead right now, but in the spring, this is actually quite beautiful and productive. Came from Florida. This is a cherry tree where things didn't die a lot. And I actually like that it gets so dead here because it takes care of all your problems. At the end of summer, it's so overwhelming with things being overgrown. And at least you know it's all going to die back and you get a fresh start. Plus, leaf mulch. This is bloody sorrel. This is honeyberry, and it's coming back. How exciting is that? Looks so healthy. These are blueberries. This is anise hyssop. Serviceberry. And then along the side, it's blueberries and honeyberries. And it will look pretty, I promise. This is a pear tree. The mountains are incredible. All right, I'm not going to do a full cabin tour today because, one, I'm working on the house, and so things aren't where I want them to be, and that just requires like so much cleaning. But this is our living room. And I'm filming on my phone today, so it'll probably show the size a little better. Sometimes my other camera skews things a little bit. So we have a log cabin. These are half log walls. So the other side's rounded and the inside's flat. There's my doodle. And we don't decorate with a lot of knick-knacky things. It's mostly just what we need, like candles for emergencies. Our wood floors are very loved, but it takes the pressure off of having to worry about them, which is nice. This piece, this actually may go in the basement because it's a little modern for upstairs. And we're redoing my son's area in the basement. But for right now, it's a great storage piece. This mirror is a lifesaver. It adds light in here because it's pretty dark. This area, this is our hall closet. So we keep all our coats there and some shoes. There's a pillow, oops. Up there is the master bedroom. So it's a 1.5 story log cabin. So there's no door. And then there's a loft up there. And let's see. Some things I'm doing in here. This is a synthetic rug, and I'm switching all our rugs to wool. So I'm going to be getting an antique rug here as soon as I can find one with the right colors. I want to do some heavier linen curtains, but I love to collect old art. And I move it around all the time. Nothing matches. My kids tell me that all the time. But that's okay. I like it that way. These chairs are great. Just small furniture. It makes it really, it's comfortable and just gives us a lot of space in such a tiny space, which is nice. Wood stove. That's what keeps us warm. And then we have gorgeous mantle. This mantle, I'm actually going to darken it a little bit. She had done these little etchings and I don't like those, and I don't like the color, so that when I do the kitchen I'm going to change that out. Over here I went back and forth on what to do for a dining room table because we don't have space for one. Like, this is it. That hallway leads to bathroom and my daughter's room. So I went back and forth and we are okay just if we want to eat as a family, like going camp style and eating on the porch. We can put chairs around this and stools, and we have these 2 chairs, and we just kind of make do that way. These chairs are getting slip covers on them. I'm going to make them out of linen. I actually had made them, and they were super cute with a ruffle skirt. And when we sold everything we owned, somehow my mother-in-law kept these chairs, and then somehow the slip covers disappeared. The slip covers disappeared, so I don't have those. So I'm going to redo those. I love the chairs. They're super comfortable and they're on wheels. They're on casters, which makes it easy to like flip them around and sit near the fire. But I don't love the fabric. It's definitely worn out. This table, this is an antique Indian wedding table. It's teak and it's been really great. One of the issues we have in this kitchen is this. So we always have food everywhere. I don't have a place for my trash can, so I'm working on some of those things right now. So over here, and I'll show you guys some clips. When I went to the thrift store, I found the piece. I went ahead and got that to go here. And I think I have the piece I'm going to use up there, but all the upper cabinets are going. The stove is going. We have a wonderful new stove. And then the last thing I need to replace is this. And I just haven't quite figured out if I want like an antique long piece and then build in a sink, or if I want to see if I can find someone to just make something super simple. But I want all the cabinets gone. They're not in great condition. The doors fall off. They're super orange. Which I don't mind my floors and my walls being orange, but I hate my cabinets being orange. So that's all going to be changed soon. Look for the kitchen update. This is another area I updated. So I want everything to look more like this. A little bit darker wood. This is our pantry. This is where our fridge was originally. So I moved that. I just recently, there's my juicer. I leave that out because I use it every day. Found this at the thrift shop or at the antique shop. It's an etched print. So super excited about that one. Then over on this side, this is where we moved the fridge. And I found this piece on Facebook Marketplace. It was just the bottom of like a, I don't know, buffet. And I just told them to get rid of the top. It had like a big hutch on it. So I keep my bread machine in there. So I'm gonna do a little curtain to hide that. And this is our tea and coffee area. My kids use this. We don't have a stove right now, so the Ninja saves us. And then this was a cabinet that was in our basement. And I repainted it. And it's up there for storage. I think I'm gonna paint that dark. I don't know. This is probably gonna get painted in the kitchen renovation, like a really dark green. And right now my art's a little off. I found this piece at the thrift shop. It's Anne Hathaway's cottage in England. And I love it, I just don't love it there. So I've got some great pieces I really like. I just don't have them where I want them to go yet. Outside, this porch is actually getting a little makeover too. The beautiful mountains. This is where we spend a ton of time. As soon as it warms up, this is where I work, where I do all my reading. Also had put a table over here, thinking it'd be a great option, and I hate it. We're just not table people. So when they come to do our new stove, we're running gas to our griddle here. And we use this to cook quite a bit. So we're running gas line to this when we get our fridge, when we get our new stove hooked up. So we'll have automatic gas out here, which is nice. And it's small, but it's so great. And then on this side, I'm going to put a sofa on the back, kind of like the front porch, with some chairs, and make it in a coffee table and make it more of like a relaxing, chill area that we can come eat on. We lived in a camper for a year. Like, we don't mind eating on our laps and spending time together that way. And that'll just give us more, like, the kids can come do their homeschool out here. Just more options. The table's just not great. And it looks so ratty right now. There's the mountains. So this is really cool. There's a little white church. And in the fall, it's so cool. Through the kitchen window, you'll see all the autumn colors, and then this little white church peeking out, and they still ring their bells. So originally I thought we wanted views like year round. Everybody wants those gorgeous mountain views, and I do love them, but I certainly love living in the trees more. I don't mind it this time of year. We get a little bit of views, but I love when the trees fill in and I feel just like protected by the forest. So incredible. All right, let's go for a walk. All right, this is Barnaby, and this is Oscar. He thinks he's a dog, and he wants to go outside. They love this back porch. Barnaby, you stay with me. And we have a cat door. They're mousers. He's a terrible mouser, actually. He brings them in alive and then lets them go. So we end up with more mice. He's cute, so we forgive him. All right, we're gonna go on a walk. Come on, buddy. Need to go to the mailbox. And we are actually a sharing car family. So I don't have a car on Fridays, which is great. Makes my day simple. I don't have to worry about going anywhere, which is nice. All right, we're gonna use our fancy doorknob here and go back in. It's actually really, really cold. So we need a coat. We had a hall closet in the middle of our living room. Let me show you. There was a hall closet here. That's what this weird spot is. It's an air exhaust that we couldn't fix. But yeah, there was like a hall closet right in the middle of the living room. It's already small in here, so took that out. I think this works great. I'd actually found this piece at an antique shop and loved it and wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. And it made for a fabulous hall closet. All right, so we're going to take a walk. First, I need to go into the garage and water my seed starts. These are boxes for my gardens. These are the rest of the raised beds I'm going to be building. And then I have a new worm composter and some new chicken bedding. I'm just waiting for a warm day. It's too cold. Fishing gear. We love to fish. I don't love to fish. My boys do. All right. It's warm in here. Nice. So this is the garage. You guys have seen this space quite a bit. Everything's doing pretty good. These are bell peppers. I cut back all the stinging nettle and I collected seeds. Some things have aged out in here, like some of my green beans need to be replaced. Some of my aloes looking a little weird this week. I don't really know what that's about. I will say this has been the least productive indoor growing season for me. A couple of reasons. I started late. Look at this cauliflower. So cute. That's that baby cauliflower that ripens in 28 days. So I started late, for one. And then I've had a hard time regulating the temperature in this garage this year. We had power outage. Like right now it's really hot and humid in here. I think I've been running it too high. And then I have kids that come in here and work out and turn it off and then forget to turn it back on. Or we'll unplug my towers and forget to plug them back in. So different things that have just like, the gardens are great, but I had really hoped for bigger production. than I've gotten this year. So it's just a learning lesson. I know to do things a little bit differently next year to make that better. And I'm actually gonna grow in here year round, moving forward. Not all of them, but a few of them, to kind of master some of those issues. But let me show you something. That's my nettle. It's drying because there's seeds on them. So it's a mess, but it's an intentional mess. These are my peppers. I'm gonna grow these inside. I feel like peppers, and I'm gonna grow the basil inside. Do so well indoors. They have just done amazing. And I get peppers faster, and I can keep them going year round by growing them indoors. So I am gonna grow some outside, but I think moving forward, I'll always have peppers growing indoors. All right, and I have a new light, and these poor plants have been without lights for a few days now. So I'm just gonna move this. I'm gonna do it today. Today is the day, just not right now. That's all my celery. It went through some trauma too, but still going strong. That's a beautiful thing. Like, I consider this not a great growing season for me indoors, but look, that's incredible food. Incredible. So it's still amazing food, even if it's not quite as much or as perfect looking as I had hoped. I have a new tripod and mic. Ooh, look, a light. And I'm doing this because I'm going to do more lives once a week on Fridays at 7 on YouTube, I think. Fridays at 7. I'll announce it. Make sure to get on my email list if you want to know when those are. I am much better at answering your questions on the spot, especially in here. Especially when I'm in this garage and I have my plants near me. Ooh, which means I need to water these starts. That's what I came out here to do and forgot. So definitely head over and get on my lives if you have questions. Specific questions. I have no idea how to use this. Yeah, this is a mini, tiny tripod. It's an itty bitty thing. Oh, I get it. Okay. It's not really what I thought it was. I bought this for the microphone. But my other tripod's not here. Now I can hold you a little further away from my face. All right, let's plug you guys into a new mic and see if it makes a difference. It has a wind puffer and it's super windy out. We're gonna go on this walk. Super fun. Can't see me because it's dark, but I have a good mic now and we're gonna go for this walk. And, oh, I still never watered my starts. We're gonna go water our starts, because that would be devastating if, yeah, they're super dry. Let me do that first. All right, and so I get this question a lot. When do you start watering them mineral water? When they get their first true leaves. This is when they need nutrients, in my opinion. Some things are just super small. Still going, these lettuce are larger. I had some failed germination. My baby greens are doing great. This is arugula doing great. This is not doing great. You know, so there's failure. I also have seed germination failure. Sometimes it just happens. It usually happens when I neglect them and get busy, which is what happened with all three of those, and I'm not keeping a close eye. All right, so I just pulled water out of this tank. Look at these. So incredible. My tomatoes have been neglected and they're still producing. And I just pulled water out of this tank. And let's go get the mail. Bye, Barney. So actually one of the reasons my gardens too, and even my seedlings, have been a little neglected, I've shared before, I injured my finger/hand. I fell off a piece of CrossFit equipment head first. Not a bad fall, but it just pushed all my weight downward very aggressively, and I took all of it. I somehow just weirdly landed, like all of that impact, my pinky. I landed on the tip of my pinky, and it took the entire impact of that fall. Caused a lot of damage. It's been really, really, really painful trying to figure out why. Definite swelling and deformity kind of issues going on. Well, I finally went to the hand specialist, and he didn't really communicate really well what was going on, but said he wanted me in occupational therapy right away and to work out and get moving it because I was having lack of pain. And then all the damage that was caused when it's healing back and scar tissue, it was shortening all those ligaments. So I was getting less and less mobility. So he was saying, go to the gym, do all the things. So I was like, fine, I'm going to the gym, right? And I went to CrossFit that night and did the workout. And we have physical therapy. And I was like, are you sure this is, I asked her, they're in the building. And I asked her, do you think this is okay? And she's like, yeah, that's fine. You know, he told you to do it. So we did clean and jerks, which is when you're taking a bar and you're like, I can't really show you here, but you're kind of flipping it up this way with both hands and then pushing it over your head. So the bar goes from like a deadlift to a flip. And I was really afraid to do those because you can see my pinky is not real strong or stable and a lot of injury in here. So I was real concerned about doing those and haven't been doing them. But I just decided, like he told me to get moving, I'm going to do this. And I did. I would typically do 95 pounds for that exercise. We did 50 of them. And I decided to do 55 pounds. And that's heavy. Like that is what a lot of the women were doing just as their regular weight, not their injured weight. So it was heavy. And my friend in PT came over. She's made the comment, like, I don't think that's what he meant by light. But I just did them anyway. I was like, whatever. He said work out. And the craziest thing happened, guys. It fixed the intense chronic pain that I've been having. So I went to occupational therapy the next day and was telling her, I was like, I don't know, normally I'll do work out like that. My finger will turn blue. It is kind of blue still. But that intense pain was just gone. And so lifting those 55 pounds and rolling it over my hand and then pushing up, like broke something up in here, scar tissue, loosened something that allowed whatever was pinching my nerve and causing all that pain to go away. Isn't that crazy? I just thought that was so cool. And she did say, because he didn't tell me this, but she did say that's what's going on with my hand, and he wrote it in the file. And I won't need an MRI or surgery, so that's such a huge blessing. But that if it continued on, I would need a nerve study. So my deformities and the pain are because I had significant nerve damage. Now we're working on mobility and strength. That's about it right there. My dog's chasing a deer. And I don't know if the deformity will go away, which is fine. I can live with a wonky pinky as long as it doesn't hurt. And it doesn't hurt anymore, which is incredible. All right, so here's the forest. So peaceful. The dog is down there. Oh, there he is. So there's a ridge up here. And this is a logging road. And then it goes straight down over there. There's the house. And this is where I like to walk. Cool thing about this area is it's sort of like a food forest, and I've been planting it out. It has all sorts of medicinal wild herbs that grow naturally. Rose hips. We have wild garlic here, ramps. They're actually up there. I planted some fiddlehead ferns, and those should be coming up soon. Elderberry. This is elderberry right here. This tree, that's an elderberry tree, bush, whatever you want to call it. So, oh, it's already starting to get green. Nice. Spring is coming, guys. This is where I planted my fiddlehead ferns. This is all ferns in the spring. It's a little early for fiddleheads. We have a lot of white pine right here. That's medicinal. This is a Chanel tree, not plant. Super medicinal. We have mulberry trees, which are really fun and incredibly delicious. We have small rosehip. We don't have big rosehip, but I use those quite a bit. So what I'm doing is getting the mail. I'm also looking for moss because I have a project I'm working on as a gift and for our home. I'll show you guys. Down there is our spring. And I think there's a few on the property, but that is the only one. You can't see it, obviously, but the kids camp down there. That's the only one I've made an effort to find. So that's a mulberry tree. Hard to tell what anything is. Look at those blue skies. Whew. Look at these. More rosehip. And it's incredible out, guys. It is so beautiful. Hope of spring. I'm ready. All right, we made it to the road. Definitely not a busy road. Puppy knows to stay behind the gate. All right, no mail, but it was still a lovely walk. And next, I need to do some things for some plants indoors. So I was going to show you guys the gorgeous indoor plants I found for extreme low light. It's one issue I have with our house. I want to incorporate not a ton of plants, but a few to just bring in that green goodness, and they purify air and they're good for you. But I've had a hard time finding ones that will thrive in such low light conditions. So I found a few, and I want to get those potted up and put some green moss over the top. And when I was at the store, the moss, I kid you not, there was one bag, small bag, like 12 by 12, that was $70 something. It's like, what is happening? I guess because all of that stuff, oh, here's moss, was heavily harvested. So the stuff you're buying at craft store or craft stores is not real, and the real stuff is outrageous. So I didn't buy that. We're gonna go on a hunt for our own. Okay, and this is where it's usually at. Everything's covered in leaf mulch still. Here we go. So I know it's here. We just gotta find it. Here we go. Oh, yeah, that's a pretty piece. All right, so we're gonna take a little bit of this. When you're wild harvesting, I never take more than a third. You don't want to stress it and cause like a breakdown in this plant. Look at these. That's strawberry, wild strawberry. I love when you pull aside the leaves and there's a whole world underneath there. Right, so we have this piece. Let me look at
Dealing with them terrariums. You know I did the best of that one.
I know. Okay, here we go. This is our project. We have 3 terrariums that need more life. And we have some new pots and plants that are low light. Check out how cute this one is. All right. All right, so this one is what it is. We're gonna leave this. But it has some brown leaves. So I'm just gonna trim those brown tips off. I'm not a indoor house plant expert at all. Like, I actually have a really hard time keeping them alive. Even porch plants. Okay, I got the food down, but the other, so this one is good. I'm gonna hang this in our bathroom downstairs. I just thought that was so pretty, and hopefully it'll live. This one is really cool. This is tropical Zamioculcas. Zamifolia? No idea. It was very expensive. $21.99. I thought that was so crazy. But apparently it can handle really low light, and it's very, very unique looking. So we're gonna transplant it into here. And I have some cocoa core. And then I'm gonna top it with our moss. All right, so let's pull this out. Perfect. We don't even need to add any soil. I'm gonna add a little bit of soil just to the top. So you can let that settle in. All right. Now, how cute is that? What do you think, Madeline?
Pretty darn. It's a solid 8 out of 10.
It's 8 out of 10. It's a 10 out of 10.
Honey, I am a very strict rater. Okay.
Look how cute that is, though. Okay, let's put our moss on there. This helps to keep the moisture. Oh my gosh, how adorable is that? Hopefully I got enough moss. And this moss will turn more green now that it's in a warm house. It'll actually liven back up, turn deep green. Did I get it all? One more spot. Okay. What do you think? Super cute. I want that to go on the new shelf that's gonna go over there in the kitchen. I have these read that? I need glasses. Taghorn?
Taghorn fern.
Taghorn ferns. I have one of these in the corner of my kitchen, and it's the only plant I've been able to keep alive. So let's do those next. And one of them is going to a friend for a housewarming. And we're going to put those in these super cute little pots. All right, with these, I know you just want to keep this flat part up, this like crusty, I don't know what you would call it. These can technically grow like on a tree. So whatever that barky part is, don't bury that. That's all I know about these. And I know I'm making a gigantic mess. My word.
Goodness gracious.
I know. Should have done this outside, but whatever. All right.
That's what vacuums are made for.
I'm gonna wash the top off. Good thing about this table is it's teak. It was made for outdoors, actually. Okay, so let's put a little moss on this one. Actually, this one has a plant in it, so that's going to go in the terrarium. This one does too.
Here, I need some soil.
Okay, will you come get it over here? Why don't we do it? I'm afraid to do it on that side.
Yeah, I'll come over here.
Yeah. Here, I'll move this.
Can I just like grab some?
Yeah, so don't do what I did. Do it in here.
I'll
Do the whole thing in there.
Okay.
And it doesn't need, yeah, see, that's what happened. It goes right out the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to put this one has a little plant too. The ones with little plants, the plants will grow in the terrarium. So I just like to do the moss to make it when you water it, you don't have that overflow mess like I just had. And it looks pretty. What better gift than plants? When I do this in the spring, it's definitely a little nicer, a little less muddy, this moss. This moss is super muddy, but it'll perk back up.
Boom.
Oh, nice. Thank you.
Dang, girl, you made a bigger mess than me.
I know, I made a huge mess. Okay, how cute is that? Super cute. All right, let's put moss on this one. My daughter did way better than I did. That one? Yep. And you can just let it kind of sprawl over the edge. Lovely.
It's like the tiniest little like things ever.
These are little moss leaves. All right, let's put this one in here. Any other? 2 down. I love those. And with these, I'm just gonna pull out the old dirt. They have a rock base. And they are super moist. I think they got overwatered, is why they died.
But that is so cute.
I know. What I'm gonna do, these were expensive too. These were $5 each. So I'm going to take them apart.
Split them.
Yeah.
Dang,
Oh my
girl.
gosh, I'm making such a mess.
You should have done that in here.
It's all right. There's those 2. Oh, look at that one, came apart really easily.
That is so cute.
This one gave me 3, which is awesome because I have 3 terrariums. All right. 2. Do you want these little pots?
What for?
Something. They seem cute. And we're gonna put some dirt down.
Do you like some?
Ooh, yeah, for this one. I haven't done it yet. I gotta rebuild that one. All right, we got our moss. Cute. So get some paper towels and wipe the glass on the inside. You'll be able to see it a lot better. Okay, that one's done. And they get better as they settle and kind of get comfortable. They just like go more natural. Right now they look a little bit upset. Okay. All right, this has inspired some new decorating, which I've been wanting to do on this piece anyway. This is things that need to go into the garage. These, one is a gift. One will go in the bathroom. I'm not sure about the other one. I have to keep things up here because this is storage for us. So I was thinking this basket, so it hides it a little better instead of this basket, which I love this basket, but it shows all the mess. So let's try this. Amazing book. Okay guys, I finished it up. A couple of things will change. I need a crock that's bigger or a plant that's smaller. But I do like that corner a little better. I hung my mushroom art. Don't know if I'll keep it there, but I'd like to do 3 smaller prints. It's like a photo collage, more like this one. Hold that thought. Okay, plan B. 2 prints. I like that better. The mushroom was just too big. I have yet to think I'm ever gonna find a spot for the mushroom. So I've got these 2 prints here. That crock goes on my fireplace, so it's not the right crock. I want one with some blue on it or some sort of really rustic-y vintage basket, but that's a good start. Over here's I made these with you guys once. I'm still going through. I made some more actually. Those are so good. They're little immunity shots. Here, got my plants. I liked having a piece of artwork back there, so I might go on a hunt for another piece to add some color. Thanks for joining me, guys. I usually talk about gardening here, and we did a little gardening. But today, I just wanted to have a home day, do a little freshening up. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you on the next video.